What's up, everyone? This is James Hernandez. How you all doing? And welcome back to the brand new chapter of the Marvel Transformers crossover. That's right, we are back with this epic crossover that you guys have been waiting for. So without further ado, let's get this chapter started. Chapter 4, Saving Lives. The battle in the city continues, and the bombs need to be disarmed. Otherwise, people will die in an explosion. Reed, you and I gotta disarm the bombs and send people free, said Captain America. Optimus, you and the others give us cover and distract them. Understood, Captain. Autobots, heroes, fight the villains and the Decepticons while we cover Captain America and Mr. Fantastic, said Optimus Prime. Bulkhead fights Abomination, Bumblebee fights the Doombots, Invisible Woman handles the Decepticon drones with Optimus Prime's help, Wolverine fights Soundwave, RC fights Arachnid, and Spider-Man fights the Green Goblin. While the battle continues, Captain America and Mr. Fantastic disarm the bombs and save the civilians. Everybody out, said Mr. Fantastic. Run! The civilians are running for their lives. No, cried Arachnid as she's about to chase after the civilians. Then Spider-Man web swings and he kicks Arachnid's face. Optimus Prime punches the drones and took them down. Soundwave has shot Wolverine, but thanks to his adamantium skeleton, he survives and attacks Soundwave with his claws. You have got me mad, bub, Wolverine said in anger. Captain America and Mr. Fantastic fights the Doombots and took them out. Soundwave punches Wolverine off of him and summons Ravage, Rumble, and Laserbeak. Ravage, Rumble, Laserbeak, eject, operation, destruction, said Soundwave as he summons his minions. Spider-Man comes face to face with Arachnid, and he says, You're the creepiest robot I can ever face in my life. You remind me of the robots that Alistair Smythe has created to destroy me. How interesting, Spider-Man, said Arachnid. The Green Goblin has told me everything about you and your powers. I do have to give you credit, but I will tear you apart with my spider legs. Arachnid has grabbed Spider-Man with her spider legs and is about to rip him apart, but RC pinned Arachnid and saved Spider-Man's life. Thanks, RC. I owe you one, said Spider-Man. RC smiles and winks at him as she continues to fight Arachnid, while Spider-Man continues to fight the Green Goblin. Bulkhead and Abomination are going blow for blow at each other, and it reminded them of their enemies in their own battles. You reminded me of the Hulk, said Abomination, but I can break a green robot like you. Yeah? Well, you reminded me of Breakdown, and you're an ugly green creature, said Bulkhead. They still keep going at each other until Bulkhead grabs Abomination and threw him through 7 buildings across the city. Bumblebee pushes Rumble away from Wolverine and punches Rumble's face. Ravage growls at Wolverine and Wolverine shows Ravage his claws, and he said, Come on, kitty, let's play. Ravage and Wolverine starts to fight each other. Laserbeak is shooting at Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, but Susan uses her force fields to block Laserbeak's laser attacks. Bumblebee shoots Laserbeak out of the sky and saves Reed and Susan. You two okay? Asks Bumblebee. We're okay, thank you, said Mr. Fantastic. Thank you, Bumblebee. You're wonderful, said Invisible Woman. Soundwave shoots at Bumblebee, Mr. Fantastic, and Invisible Woman. Bumblebee then grabs Susan and Reed and dodges Soundwave's blasters. The Green Goblin throws pumpkin bombs at Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man dodges it due to his agility. Stop being so difficult, Spider-Man, said the Green Goblin. You're not getting away from me, Goblin, said Spider-Man. RC and Arachnid fight, and they start to shoot at each other, while Captain America and Optimus Prime took 1 drone and 1 Doombot. Let's get out of here, guys. We got everything we need to head back to Megatron and Doom's base. Fuck, said Green Goblin as he flies with his glider. Arachnid transforms into her helicopter mode. Abomination went inside Arachnid's helicopter form. Rumble, Ravage, and Laserbeak went back inside Soundwave, and then they are retreating. After they retreat, Captain America and Optimus Prime checks on everybody if they're okay. Is everybody all right? Asks Captain America. Autobots, are you recovered? The heroes and the Autobots are fully recovered. However, RC is carrying Spider-Man, who was hurt from Arachnid's spider legs that almost killed him, especially when he was fighting with the Green Goblin. Hang on, Spider-Man. I got you, said RC. Spider-Man looks at RC and his heart pounds. RC smiles at him. Good work, Autobots and heroes, said Optimus Prime. Nick Fury will be pleased, said Mr. Fantastic. The civilians cheers for the heroes and the Autobots for saving lives and the city. Meanwhile, Thor and Iron Man are flying to chase after Starscream and Winter Soldier as they are heading back to Megatron and Doom's base. Megatron and Dr. Doom see Starscream on the screen, and Megatron isn't pleased. Starscream, you fool! Megatron shouted. Where's your troops? They're back at the city to destroy those pathetic Autobots and heroes, said Starscream. Suddenly, Iron Man shoots his blasters at Starscream. Hey, who did that? Shouted Starscream. It's Iron Man, said Winter Soldier. Stop right there. You got 5 seconds to surrender, said Iron Man as he aims his repulsors at Starscream. Winter Soldier gets out of Starscream, and then Starscream transforms into his robot form, and he aims his Null Ray at Iron Man. Ha 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 ha! You're gonna fight me? Are you serious? I'll crush you to death. Prepare to be turned into a tin can, said Starscream. Don't go too far, loudmouth, said Iron Man. I have fought larger opponents before, and I'll beat you up. Thor then lands next to Iron Man and says, Now you must face the God of Thunder. Hey, Starscream, let's destroy them together, said Winter Soldier while reloading his gun. Just as Starscream and Winter Soldier were about to fight Iron Man and Thor, they got a signal call from Dr. Doom. Starscream, Winter Soldier, report. Why haven't you returned to our base yet? Asked Dr. Doom. Sorry, we got a little carried away, but we're on it. Make sure they don't see where we're going, and let's get out of here, said Winter Soldier. Indeed, when we meet again, you won't be so lucky. Just you wait and see, said Starscream as he shoots his Null Ray at the rocks to block Thor and Iron Man. Starscream transforms into his jet form. Winter Soldier went inside him, and they retreat. Should we go after them? Asked Thor. No, let them go, said Iron Man. We'll deal with them later. We must head back to the others. Iron Man and Thor heads back to the city and meet up with the rest of the heroes and the Autobots. Iron Man gets a call from Optimus Prime. Tony Stark, are you on your way back? Optimus Prime asked. Yes, Thor and I are reaching to our destination, said Iron Man, while flying with Thor. Are the Decepticons and the villains still fighting you guys? Negative. They retreated and everybody are saved, said Optimus Prime. Iron Man and Thor are flying to the city, and the Autobots and the heroes are glad to see them. Welcome back, guys, said Bumblebee. Greetings, dear friends, said Thor. Good work, Autobots and heroes. We saved everybody's lives, and while the Decepticons and the villains got away, we will face them again. Nick Fury calls Captain America from his wireless headset. Excellent job. The city is safe, thanks to you guys, said Nick Fury. I felt so good during the fight, and I managed to give Abomination the taste of his own medicine, said Bulkhead. You can say that again, bub, said Wolverine. Bumblebee checks on Reed and Susan, and they're okay. RC has Spider-Man in her arms, and he's okay. Nick Fury wants the heroes and the Autobots to head back to the helicarrier as he's about to give them the good news. We must return to Fury, everybody, now that our mission here is completed, said Optimus Prime. Autobots, transform, and let's roll out. The Autobots transform into their vehicles, and the heroes went inside their vehicles except for Iron Man and Thor. They all head back to the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. Now back at Doom and Megatron's base, Starscream, Winter Soldier, along with the rest of the villains and Decepticon, returns. They brought the Energon cubes, and the Green Goblin stolen the money from the bank. Megatron is impressed by the villains and the Decepticons' work. Excellent. Now it's a matter of time that we will destroy those pathetic Autobots and those pathetic superhero humans, said Megatron. Your army is very impressive, my friend. You're a fantastic leader with your leadership skills, said Dr. Doom. Megatron is impressed of Doom's kindness, and he can say the same thing about his leadership skills. Winter Soldier hears the news reports from Soundwave's Kessel deck, and he is not happy to hear that his bombs has been disarmed by Captain America. He disarmed all my bombs. Curses. He's very lucky, but he won't when I face him again, angered Winter Soldier. That Spider-Man has now become my favorite victim, and I will torture him again, said Arachnid. That girl robot you were fighting is RC, right? asked the Green Goblin. Yes, said Arachnid. The Green Goblin has an awful idea, a very awful idea in mind, and he'll plan to capture Spider-Man and RC, and he will let Arachnid torture Spider-Man in front of RC. Megatron? Said Starscream. What is it, Starscream? Asked Megatron. Should we go after the heroes and the Autobots right now? Starscream asked. Not yet, but I have an idea, said Megatron. Soundwave, release Ravage. As you command, Megatron, said Soundwave as he releases Ravage. Doom, do you have a shape-shifting member in your group? Megatron asked. Indeed. Her name is Mystique. She can disguise herself into anybody, and nobody can recognize her, said Dr. Doom. Splendid, Doctor. I want her and Ravage to sneak near the helicarrier, and I will have Reflector and Thundercracker to tag along, said Megatron. Yes, yes. Splendid idea, Megatron. With them, we can locate those heroes and Autobots' location, and we will destroy them, said Dr. Doom. Mystique arrives and pets Ravage. You boys want us to track the heroes and the Autobots down? You can count on us, said Mystique. Ravage snuggles and purrs on Mystique's thigh, and she pets Ravage. She is just as beautiful as ever, said Reflector. Huh, said Thundercracker as he transforms into his jet mode. Reflector transforms into a camera. Mystique and Ravage went inside Thundercracker. Thundercracker flies in the sky with Mystique, Ravage, and Reflector, and they're on their way to the helicarrier. After the city saved, the Autobots and the heroes return to the helicarrier and sees Nick Fury and the other heroes and Autobots. They're back, said Jazz. The Autobots transformed back into the robots after the heroes got off them. Welcome back, guys, said Nick Fury. How was your mission? I heard everyone's lives are saved. It was a heck of a mission, just like back at Cybertron, said Bumblebee. The Decepticons and the villains may have escaped, but we covered Captain America's back during the battle when he disarmed all the Winter Soldier's bombs and saved people's lives, said Optimus Prime. Thor and I almost caught Starscream and Winter Soldier, but then Doom and Megatron said to retreat back to their base, said Iron Man. That green muscle fish guy reminds me of Breakdown. He could have damaged me if I didn't get my hands on him, said Bulkhead. How do you feel, Spider-Man? RC asked. I'm feeling better. Could have been worse, said Spider-Man. Nick Fury asked Optimus Prime about the Ark. Optimus, you and your Autobots came from your Ark ship, and remember that Captain America and the others found you? Nick Fury asked. Indeed, Fury. The Ark is also our headquarters, and we tracked the Decepticons, said Optimus Prime. Would you like to make our headquarters mix with the Ark and the helicarrier? Asked Nick Fury. Optimus Prime likes the idea and accepts it. It will be an honor, Fury. We Autobots will help your troops to build our new headquarters. The Autobots, heroes? Nick Fury has an announcement to make, said Optimus. We're going to build our brand new headquarters, and we're calling it the Hela Ark Carrier, said Nick Fury. The Hela Ark Carrier? Asked Invisible Woman. It sounds like a cross between the Ark ship and the SHIELD helicarrier, said Ironhide. That's correct, Ironhide, said Optimus Prime. Let's get busy with our headquarters for all of us. The heroes and the Autobots cheer as they get started to build the Hela Ark Carrier. However, from a 10-minute mile away, the blue jet is flying and it's heading their way. So guys, that is the 4th chapter of the Marvel Transformers crossover. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And are you liking this crossover idea so far? Let me know in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and turn on the notifications when I make future videos. And I want to say thank you so much for giving me 245 subscribers, I guess. So yeah, so overall, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this crossover, and I'll see you guys later, and hope you guys had a great day, and and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. All right, take care.